Hard burn to Truce Station, all ahead full. Commodore Mara Vance gripped her command chair as the deck shuddered. Alarms blared across the bridge of the UNS Endurance. The station's beacon had winked out mid-transmission, 1 second of static, then silence. Her tactical display logged the kill shot, a plasma lance signature matching Coalition cruiser-grade weapons. Timestamp, 14:27:03 Zulu. They had the culprit. Helm confirms, ma'am. ETA 20 minutes at max thrust. Lieutenant Reyes wiped sweat from his brow. The inertial dampeners whined under the strain. Vance's eyes flicked to the main holoscreen. Truce Station orbited the neutral moon of Epsilon Verge, a fragile hub forged after the last skirmish. Now debris bloomed like a flower in the void. Human diplomats, alien envoys, all gone in that 1 second. Coalition bastards violated first. Her fleet, 3 frigates and the Endurance, stood 5 light minutes out, patrols scattered. Status on our people? Vance kept her voice level, numbers first. Panic lost wars. Last ping from Ambassador Hale, alive 5 seconds ago, no further signals. Sensors Chief Tours zoomed the scan. Wreckage tumbled, station modules, escape pods, and fresh ion trails from alien drive signatures. Vance nodded. Launch drones swarm. Pattern Delta thread the debris field. I want real-time maps of every weapon trace. Drones rocketed from the Endurance's bays. Tiny sparks against the black, they wove through spinning girders and vaporized hulls. Feeds flooded her console, high-res spectral analysis painting alien signatures in red. Keth Varick's playbook, decapitation strike to gut human command before fleets mobilized. Ruthless, predictable. Got Coalition auth codes incoming, Commodore. Captain Sella Rune burst onto the bridge from the liaison vault. The alien's iridescent scales flushed under her uniform. She clutched a data slate, her 4 arms moving with disciplined precision. Vault sealed. Full lockdown per protocol. Here's the packet, every Coalition ship's transponder key. Vance took the slate. Rune's eyes, compound, unblinking, locked on hers. Trust procedures, Rune always said, until humans rewrote them. Good work, Captain. Integration complete? Vance slotted the slate into her console. Coalition codes synced, overlaying her TAC map. Hostiles lit up, 12 cruisers, 20 corvettes massing for the kill on scattered human patrols. Rune hesitated. Commodore, this breaks the truce. Varick commands that fleet. He bets you'll react too slow. Vance's lips twitched. He bets wrong, she keyed comms. All ships form on Endurance, quantum spool up, priority 1, Dr. Cade to the drive bay now. The deck hummed deeper. Deep in the Endurance's belly, the quantum FTL drive thrummed to life. Ishan Cade's miracle, the only rig that punched through causality, arrive before you leave, win before they fire. Cade's voice crackled over the intercom. Spool at 40%, Commodore. Physics hates me today, causal shears spiking. Make it love you, Doctor, we go in 5. Vance studied the map. Varick's fleet arrowed toward human assets, the 5th Patrol Squadron light minutes away and blind. Standard FTL, too slow, they'd arrive to Ash. Drones relayed fresh data. A Coalition corvette snagged a human escape pod, Hale's signature. Varick played for total erasure. Auth codes verify 12 hostiles, Rune said, her voice tightened. My people. Varick acts alone? Vance glanced at her. Rune's mandibles clicked, alien stress tell. Your Coalition's unified on paper. Off it. Log says otherwise. She tapped the slate. Transmit demand packet. Single burst to Varick's flagship. The packet fired. Timestamp proof of the station kill, tagged with every hostile ID from Rune's codes. Demand, stand down or face retroactive consequences. No boasts, just facts. Varick's response blinked back seconds later. Arrogant static. Humanity yields, truce forfeit. Vance's console chirped. Quantum drive at 90%. Cade, green, but remember this breaks time both ways. We arrive first before their strike even launches from jump point. Execute. Vance braced, reality stretched. The universe folded, stars smeared into quantum foam. Endurance and escorts blinked out, then reappeared. Not at Truce Station. At Varick's fleet rally point, 2 hours ahead in their timeline, before the decapitation strike began, alarms screamed anew. Coalition ships materialized around them, drives cold, weapons cold. Varick's flagship, the Krath Dominion, loomed largest, its plasma lances dark. They're hailing, ma'am, comms officer shouted. Vance opened the channel. Admiral Keth Varick's face filled the screen, angular, predatory eyes like targeting lasers. Impossible, you can't be here. Log says we are. Vance shared her TAC feed. Human ships ringed his fleet, drones already painting targets. Quantum tags locked every hull, runes codes made it seamless. Your strike on Truce station, clocked at 1427:03. We have signatures, stand down. Varric's crest flared. Clever parlor trick, but my fleet outguns yours 3-1. Yield, or we retro-jump your command deck. Cade's voice cut in from engineering. Quantum shear, arrive inside your hull before you blink. Varric barked a laugh. Bluff. Vance nodded to weapons. Demonstration fire, disable their lead corvette, non-lethal. Railgun spat. Silent kinetic slugs punched the corvette's engines. It vented plasma, drifting dead. Silence on the channel. Coalition bridges erupted in chaos, aliens scrambling at displays. Rune leaned in, translating their chatter, panic disbelief. They call it sorcery. Humans steal time. Varric recovered. This anomaly changes nothing. Coalition mandate. Captain Rune, Vance turned. Countermand with your auth, Rune stepped forward. Her scales gleamed under bridge lights. Admiral Varric, this is Truce Monitor Sella Rune. Invoke Article 7, violation logged, human interdiction authorized, all ships power down. Varric's eyes widened. You side with inferiors, procedures. Rune's voice cracked like a whip. You broke them first. Coalition ships hesitated. Then one by one, weapons safed, transponders flipped to neutral. Vance exhaled, numbers shifted, 0 hostiles. Cade, spool down, secure the field. Already there, Commodore, physics size in relief. Drones swarmed the debris back at Truce Station, now in their past. Rescue ops launched via standard relay. Hale's pod recovered intact. Varric's channel reopened. Defeat etched his face. How no species bends causality? Vance kept it simple. We log problems. Solve them, no genius boasts, just work. Rune placed a hand on Vance's console. Truce holds. For now. Vance eyed the map. Coalition fleets massed elsewhere watching. Dr. Cade, prep for Phase 2, they learn slow. In engineering, Cade muttered to his screens. Not genius. Just math, but his hands flew faster. Varric cut the line. His fleet withdrew, tails between legs. Bridge crew cheered quietly. Vance silenced them with a look. War averted before it ignited. But logs never lied. Next time they'd pull the trigger first. Sensors pinged. Incoming quantum signature from their own future. A message beacon, timestamp tomorrow. Vance opened it. Cade's voice. Commodore, Varric's not done. He's rallying the full coalition. We need to jump ahead now. She smiled faintly, thinking faster than time. Explosions bloomed across Truce Station's hull. Red alerts screamed on Vance's bridge. Decapitation strike confirmed, Tactical reported. Coalition signatures, 3 corvettes point blank. Vance gripped her command rail. Screens showed the station crumpling, command deck vaporized. Her fleet orbited nearby, standard patrol. No warning, truce shattered. Pursuit vectors locked, weapons called. Frigates can intercept in 90 seconds. Hold, Vance tapped her console. Hostile corvettes peeled away, engines flaring. Intact debris tumbled from the station, pods, hull plates, data cores. Reroute frigates to capture wreckage. Tractor beams only, no pursuit. Bridge crew froze. Lieutenant Hale blinked. Commodore, they're escaping. We can cripple them. Numbers first. Vance zoomed the plot. Attackers boosted at max burn, relay jump primed. Chase meant hours, wreckage yielded now. Secure intact pieces, black boxes, logs, weapon residuum, evidence wins wars before they start. Frigates pivoted sharp. Blue tractor beams lanced out. Debris fields stabilized. One corvette twisted, loosed a parting salvo. Vance's point defense shredded it. Damage minimal, engineering pinged. Captain Sella Rune strode onto the bridge. Her scaled skin gleamed under lights, uniform crisp despite the chaos. Truce monitor insignia gleamed. Commodore Vance, my shuttle docked amid fire. Station's gone, your orders? Vance nodded once. Rune's species prized procedure. Humans bent it. Black box from the station. Your expertise. Rune plugged her gauntlet into a recovered drone feed. Wreckage streamed aboard frigates, sealed cylinders, flickering recorders. She interfaced direct, neural link humming. Encrypts cracking, coalition watermark emerging. Screens lit with fractal code. Varric sigil pulsed, Admiral Keth Varric, coalition strategist, ruthless, bet fleets on slow human response. Confirmed, Rune said, her crest flattened, disgust. Varric's mark, he planned this, truce violation logged. Vance's plot updated. Varric's corvettes hit relay, vanished toward core worlds. Her fleet safe pursuit. Cheers died unspoken. Weapons officer spun. Firing solution ready, ma'am. Relay intercept 60% hit rate. We avenge the station. Vance eyed the solution. Clean vectors, warhead yields optimized. Tempting. Negative, bundle the evidence. Courtroom-grade timestamps, biometrics, chain of custody. Transmit to neutral arbiters via quantum-secure burst. Hale protested. They decapitated our command. Truce monitors dead. Evidence indicts. Vance locked eyes. Fire now, they spin it as escalation. We prove intent first, load the bundle. Crew complied, data packets sealed, rocketed outbound. Rune watched, mandibles clicking approval. Procedures hold, but Varric rallies fleets. Coalition masses at nexus points. Alarms shifted, docking clamp engaged. Civilian shuttle inbound, Ops said. Dr. Ishan Cade requesting priority access, sealed cargo. Vance permitted, doors hissed. Cade burst in, lab coat askew, carrying a humming cylinder the size of a missile. His eyes darted, tired, precise. Commodore, quantum core primed, need a live combat test window, now. Bridge tensed. Cade's drive broke causality, arrive before departure. Fleet brass called it witchcraft, he called it math. Rune recoiled. That tech violates accords, no species jumps timelines. Cade set the core down, it pulsed soft blue. Accords bend. Varric's corvettes jumped relay 12 minutes ago. We intercept them pre-launch. Vance calculated. Standard FTL hours to Nexus. Cade's quantum rewrite arrival. Risks. Core overload 5%. Timeline shear negligible. Cade synced to her console. Target Varric's forward base. We arrive as his orders transmit. Stop the strike retro. Retro. Humans didn't boast. They engineered. Vance tapped affirm. Fleet form on flag. Cade integrate cores. Rune your witness. Rune hesitated. My oath demands report. Report victory. Vance stood. Jump on my mark. Engineering bays thrummed. Quantum cores slotted into every hull. Vance's battlecruiser first. Screens flickered. Plot warped. Departure now, arrival then. Varric's base loomed in the feed before the attack. Coalition dreadnoughts prepped corvettes. Admiral Varric's face filled comms, barking launch codes. Vance's fleet materialized in their hangar bays. Point blank. Weapons hot. Coalition crews gaped. Alarms wailed alien tongues. Varric's bridge feed hacked direct. His eyes widened, human ships impossibly there. Stand down, Vance transmitted, flat voice. Truce violation logged. Evidence bundle en route to arbiters. Your corvettes never launch. Varric snarled. Impossible, you react too slow. Cade's voice patched in. Math disagrees. Tractors locked, corvettes mid-spool. Boarding teams deployed, non-lethal fields. Coalition ships hesitated. Varric's fleet outnumbered 10-1. But humans held the causality edge. Weapons safed one by one. Transponders flipped neutral. Vance exhaled. Numbers shifted, 0 hostiles. Cade, spool down, secure the field. Already there, Commodore, physics size in relief. Drones swarmed debris back at Truce Station, now preserved in their past. Rescue ops launched via standard relay. Hale's pod recovered intact from a strike that never completed. Varric's channel reopened. Defeat etched his face, scales pale. How? No species bends causality. Vance kept it simple. We log problems, solve them. No boasts, just work. Rune placed a hand on Vance's console, her touch steady. Truce holds, for now. Vance eyed the map. Coalition fleets massed elsewhere, watching, probing. Dr. Cade prep for Phase 2, they learn slow. In engineering, Cade muttered to his screens. Not genius, just math. But his hands flew faster, recalibrating. Varric cut the line, his fleet withdrew, formation ragged. Bridge crew stirred, a quiet cheer rose. Vance silenced it with a look. War averted before full ignition. Logs sealed airtight. Sensors pinged sharp. Incoming quantum signature from their own future. A message beacon timestamped tomorrow. Vance opened it. Cade's voice crackled. Commodore, Varric's not done. He's rallying the full coalition. We need to jump ahead now. She smiled faintly. Fingers drummed the console. Helm plot Nexus rally point. Cade double cores. Rune's crest rose. Ahead into tomorrow, Vance nodded. Evidence first, then we file the kill shot. Fleet hummed to life, quantum fields built. Varric plotted in his timeline. Humans arrived first. Again, tactical updated. Coalition Armada signatures 40 light-years out. Mass dreadnoughts, carrier wings, Varric's masterstroke. Cade patched through. Cores stable, jump window in 30, but sheer builds 2 jumps max before decoherence. Vance assessed, 40 hulls her command. Aliens fielded thousands. Numbers screamed retreat. She plotted vectors. Quantum laced through relays, causality chains. Rune, your input. The alien leaned in. Coalition doctrine overwhelms slow responders. They expect relay lag. Humans don't lag. Vance keyed fleet-wide. Form Delta Wedge, primary, disrupt Varric's command net pre-massing. Jump initiated, reality folded, stars smeared. They emerged in Varric's war room yesterday. Holotanks glowed with rally orders. Admirals clustered. Vance's battlecruiser phased through bulkheads courtesy of tuned fields. Marines dropped silent, stunners live. Varric spun. Intruders! Too late. Evidence drones deployed, capturing his console, voice logs, fleet manifests. Courtroom bundle, version 2. Cease rally, Vance broadcast from the heart of his flag, or we timestamp your defeat permanent. Varric lunged for alarms. Cade's hack froze them. Coalition admirals stared, transponders queried. Rune stepped forward via hololink. Truce monitor confirms, stand down. One by one they complied, fleets dispersed mid-muster. Back aboard, Vance watched logs compile. Hale clapped her shoulder. Ma'am, that's 2 timeline wins. Math, she echoed Cade. Cade arrived planetside, core drained. Sheer hit 10%, next one's riskier. Varric's final transmission, you rewrite rules. Vance archived it. We log them. Sensors pinged anew, deeper quantum echo from next week. Cade's beacon, full invasion inbound, jump chain required. Vance plotted. Humans thought faster, time waited for no one but them. Frigates reformed, cores recharged, fleet jumped. Dr. and Cade slammed the quantum core into the flagship's drive bay. Bolts hissed shut. Vance watched from the engineering catwalk, arms crossed. Nav constraints rewritten, Cade said. He wiped grease from his hands. Shear tolerance up 15%. We can chain jumps now without shredding the hull. Vance nodded. Timeline risk. 5% paradox cascade acceptable. Cade tapped the console. Holo displays flickered, probability webs branching into yesterday, tomorrow. Hate that word, acceptable. She keyed her comm. Bridge status? Clear, Commodore, Lieutenant Hale replied. Fleet holding orbit, cores at 80%. Vance descended the ladder. Metal rang under her boots. Good, Dr. Cade, prep a micro-jump test. Prove it to our guest, Cade grunted. Always proving. Captain Sella Rune waited on the bridge. Her scaled crest twitched as Vance entered. Rune's Truce monitor badge gleamed under the lights. Captain, Vance said. Review Dr. Cade's jump math, sign off on the timeline risk. Rune's 4 eyes narrowed. She floated to the nav station, 0G harness clicking. Procedures require dual verification. Coalition Protocol 47B, verify. Vance slid her a tablet. Equations scrolled, causality loops, entanglement vectors. Human math, your eyes only. Rune scanned, tentacles flexed over the screen. This predicts arrival prior to departure, violates relativity accords. Math doesn't violate, Vance said. It bends. Cade's voice crackled from engineering. Probe away, micro-jump in 3. Bridge screens lit. A sleek drone detached from the flagship, thrusters flaring blue. It winked out, reality rippling like heat haze. Sensors pinged. Drone reappeared, timestamp 1427 Zulu. Vance checked the clock, current 1430 Zulu. 3 minutes early, Hale reported. Data packet inbound. Rune's crest flared. Impossible, sensor logs confirm. Drone docked. Data streamed, enemy patrol vectors stamped pre-jump, clean, unedited. Sign off, Captain, Vance asked. Rune hesitated, then stamped the tablet. Verified, risk accepted, truce protocols, adapt. Vance smiled faintly. Helm spool fleet cores, form delta wedge. Alarms blared, quantum echo inbound, deeper than before, Hale spun. Commodore beacon from Dr. Cade's array, full invasion, coalition armada mustering at relay point Gamma, 7 days out, staging now. Vance pulled the holomap, stars spun. Enemy icons massed, dreadnoughts, carriers, Varric's signature on the command net. Varric again, she muttered. Ruthless. Rune leaned in. Admiral Keth Varric commands, doctrine, decapitate human response lag, overwhelm. Humans don't lag. Vance keyed fleet-wide. All ships causality jump protocol, target gamma point, arrival 72 hours prior to their muster peak. Primary, sever Varric's net, evidence drones hot. Fleet acknowledged. Frigates slotted into wedge, battle cruisers hummed. Cade patched through. Cores green, jump in 10, shear at 12%, hold breath. Reality folded, stars smeared into tunnels, deck vibrated. Vance gripped her station. They emerged, enemy space. Relay point Gamma, but not there now. They're 72 hours early. Holotanks on Varric's flagship glowed across the void. Rally orders pulsed. Admiral's signatures clustered, 50 vessels drifting into formation. No alert yet. Vance's battlecruiser phased, fields active. Marines deploy silent, stunners only, drones bundle evidence. Pods launched, ghosted through enemy shields, quantum-tuned. Varric's bridge loomed on screens. He barked orders. Accelerate muster, humans lag 3 days minimum. A Marine squad materialized in his war room. Stunner's word, Admiral slumped. Varric spun. Intruders, how? Cade's remote hack froze consoles. Alarms silenced. Vance broadcast from the flagship's heart. Admiral Varric, cease rally. Timestamp your defeat now. Evidence drones swarmed. Captured manifests, voice logs, troop manifests. Court-martial bundle, version 3. Varric lunged for a backup panel. Marines pinned him. Rune appeared via hololink. Her image overlaid the chaos. Truce monitor confirms violation. Stand down per adapted protocol. Coalition admirals queried transponders. One by one, ships powered down. Weapons safed. Fleets dispersed mid-muster. Carriers venting fighters back to bays. Vance watched logs compile. Hale clapped her shoulder. Ma'am, 3 timeline wins. Varric's face priceless. Math, Vance said. She echoed Cade's earlier words. Jump back initiated. Reality folded again. They emerged in their origin timeline. Sensors clear. No invasion echo. Cade stormed onto the bridge, core readings in hand. Sheer hit 18%, next chains 50-50 on Paradox. Rune unharnessed, her voice low. You arrived before orders issued, before shots fired. Coalition doctrine, obsolete. Vance archived the bundle. We log them, send to neutral arbitrators. Varric's final transmission pinged. Humans rewrite time, rules break. Vance keyed reply. We follow math. Sensors pinged anew, faint quantum ripple from 2 weeks ahead. Another echo, larger. Hale frowned. Commodore, Vance plotted. Recharge Dr. Cade, upgrade the core. Captain Rune, new protocols to draft. Rune nodded. Together. Fleet reformed, cores spooled. Humans thought faster. Cade grumbled from engineering. Not genius, just numbers. Vance smiled, time bent, but they held the wrench. Deeper scans resolved the ripple. Coalition fallback, core worlds assault. Jump chain primed. Form up, Vance ordered. We go early. Dr. Cade yanked the access panel. Sparks flew. Vance stood by as he slotted the reinforced core. Nav constraints triple-checked, he said. Paradox buffer at 25%. We punch 2 weeks now. Vance tapped her console. Fleet status green. Rune, your sign-off? Rune reviewed the updated math. Equations danced, loops tighter, risks bolder. Verified, procedures evolve. Probe test, drone jumped, returned with patrol data from 5 minutes pre-launch. Timestamp irrefutable. Echo confirmed, invasion fleet at core worlds. Varric's shadow command. Commit, Vance said. Delta Wedge, target, enemy vanguard pre-staging. Fleet jumped, folded time. Emergence, enemy formation 2 weeks early, docks half-loaded, crews scrambled, phased Marines dropped. Drones captured orders, Varric's proxy admiral gaped. Cease, Vance broadcast. Logged. Rune hololinked. Stand down. Ships complied, invasion unraveled. Back home, Cade drained the core. 30% sheer, edge of viable. Another ping from a month out, coalition desperate. Vance plotted the chain. We end it. Rune's crest rose. Human way, cores charged. Fleet leaped, but the echoes chained. Each wind birthed a new threat. Vance's fleet danced timelines, snipping threads before they wove. Varric's last stand, a doomsday armada masked in quantum fog. Vance's wedge pierced it pre-launch. Marines secured bridges. Drones bundled proof. Varric cornered again, snarled via link. You cheat time. Math, Vance replied. Rune stamped the final log. Truce restored permanently. Fleet returned, echoes silenced. Vance exhaled. Humans won by arriving first, always. Cade slumped in engineering. Told you numbers? Hale grinned. Genius. Shut it. Sensors quiet for now, but Vance knew threats lagged. Humans didn't. Commodore Mara Vance gripped her command chair as the resolute *S quantum drive snapped open. Stars twisted into focus. Her fleet materialized inside the alien coalition's staging corridor, a narrow hyperspace lane masked by layered stealth fields. Enemy docks loomed ahead, half-loaded with strike cruisers. Crews scrambled on open bays. No alarms yet. Status, Vance snapped. Tactical Officer Hale punched hollows. Emergence clean. We're parked dead astern of their primary screen. 2 light minutes from the Vanguard hub. Drones launching. Vance nodded. The quantum FTL had folded time itself. They arrived 2 weeks before the invaders' scheduled launch, before Varick's decapitation strike could hit human core worlds. Echo probes had mapped it all, timestamps locked, irrefutable. Lock launch bays, she ordered. Target all forward vectors. Phased arrays only know kinetics. Hale's fingers flew. Bays sealing, tractor locks engaging, they're blind to us. On the main hollow, alien ships dotted the corridor like dormant predators. Keth Varick's shadow fleet, 500 cruisers, doomsday armada veiled in quantum fog. Proxy admirals barked orders over open comms, rushing missile loads. Humans had beaten them here. Again. Captain Sella Rune stepped to the bridge's comm dais. The alien liaison's crest feathers flattened in focus. Her scaled hands activated the universal broadcast band. Coalition vessels, this is Truce Monitor Rune of the Resolute Asterisk. Cease all preparations. You violate Accord 47 Alpha. Stand down or face logged adjudication. Static crackled. Alien captains' voices erupted in outrage. Human intruder, how? Impossible trajectory, another snarled. Rune's voice cut through, steady as hull plating. Truce law binds you. Launch bays are locked. Comply. Vance watched the hollow. Tractor beams snagged enemy bay doors mid-cycle. Fighters half-ejected froze in magnetic grips. No shots fired, no blood, just math, quantum math, turning invasion into embarrassment. First wave stirring, Hale reported. Vanguard cruisers powering weapons, point defense hot. EMP lances, Vance said. Non-lethal spread, cripple their grids. Lances deployed from Resolute Asterisk-S ventral pods. Blue arcs lanced out, silent and precise. They pierced enemy shields, phased to ignore them, and fried command circuits. Lights flickered across the Vanguard hub. Cruisers listed, weapons dark. Fighters drifted powerless. Varick's proxy admiral appeared on split hollow, his mandibled face twisting. Vance, you breached sacred lanes. Logged your breach first, Vance replied. You're staging comms timestamp pre-launch. Senate gets them now. Down in engineering, doctor. Ishan Cade hunched over his console, sweat beaded on his brow. He sliced captured alien packets, orders, manifests, Varick's signatures. Quantum Drive's echo buffer stamped them, arrived from 5 minutes pre-jump, dated 2 weeks ahead. Causal proof. Forwarding, Cade muttered into his comm. Senate packet en route, backdated delivery, they'll see the violation before it happens. Vance's earpiece crackled. Cade, shear? 28%, cores whining but holding, she exhaled. The drive bent time, not physics. Arrive before you leave, stop wars before they ignite. Cade hated the genius label, but his equations made it real. Rune's broadcast looped. More alien ships powered down. A few diehards loosed wild shots, plasma bolts that splashed harmless against phased Marines dropping from drop pods. Human troops phased through hulls, secured bridges without firing. Drones zipped in, bundling data cores. Proxy admirals flagging retreat, Hale said. Varick's direct link patching in. Admiral Keth Varick's hollow swelled center screen. His compound eyes gleamed with fury. You cheat the weave of fate, human. No species jumps corridors like this. Vance leaned forward. We calculate them, your stealth screen. Just another vector, locked. Varick's claws clicked. This ends your truce games, my armada cores. Already vented, Vance cut in. Marine's helmet cams showed it, engineering sections secured, doomsday drives safed, non-lethal, efficient. Rune stamped her crest. Log sealed, Admiral Varick. Coalition Senate receives proof in advance. Your strike unravels. Varick snarled. Link cut. Cheers rippled across the bridge. Vance silenced them with a raised hand. Drones recover. Prep return jump. Cade spool cores. The fleet consolidated. Enemy crews surrendered in droves, crests low. Rune coordinated boardings, her procedures blending with human improv. Aliens excelled at massed volleys, unbreakable phalanxes. Humans, they arrived first. Always, Cade's voice returned. Cores at 90. Echo chain plotting, new ping from Coalition Fringe. Month out, desperate lunge. Vance plotted it on her personal slate. Threads of threat snipped one by one. Varick's last stand loomed, but they'd pierce it pre-launch. Again. Commit, she said. Delta wedge. Target Fringe yards. Fleet hummed. Quantum fields built. Rune approached. Your way, Commodore. Procedures bend. Vance met her gaze. Math doesn't. Drive engaged, reality folded. Emergence, Varric's fringe yards 1 month early, docks bare, crews absent. But sensors pinged ghost signatures, echoes of echoes. Ambush residue, Hale warned. They anticipated a counter. Vance's jaw tightened. Varric learned fast. Phased sweep, find the cutouts. Marines dropped into shadow bays. Drones mapped voids. Rune broadcast warnings anew. Stand down, logged. A new hollow flickered, not Varric. A coalition elder crest bowed. Truce monitors, we yield. Varric isolated. Proof streamed in Cade's timestamps had rippled back, dooming the plot before ink dried. Vance exhaled. Fleet secured the yards. No shots. War aborted. Return jump primed. Cade reported shear at 32%. Edge of viable. Sensors quiet, Hale said. For now, back home echoes silenced. Vance stepped from the bridge. Cade slumped in engineering, draining the core. Told you numbers, Hale grinned. Genius. Shut it, Rune lingered. Humans lag threats, then end them. Vance nodded. Humans won by arriving first, but a final ping echoed from deep black. Varric's doomsday core masked ultimate. Timeline fracture. Charge cores, Vance ordered. We end it. Fleet leaped. The doomsday armada hung in quantum fog pre-launch. Varric's flagship pulsed at center. Vance's wedge pierced the veil. Marines phased aboard. Bridges fell silent. Varric cornered on his deck, snarled via link. You cheat time? Math, Vance replied. Rune stamped the log. Truce restored permanently. Fleet extracted. Echoes chain no more. Home emergence. Sensors dark. Vance exhaled. Threats lagged. Humans didn't. Cade pinged from engineering. One more echo, faint. Varric's ghost signal. Vance plotted. The chain never fully snapped. Spool up, she said. Again. Cores thrummed under Vance's boots. Shear spiked to 40%. Emergence in 3, Cade's voice crackled from engineering. Hold your coffee. The fleet ripped through the quantum veil. Stars snapped into focus on the main hollows. A massive civilian convoy sprawled across the relay lanes, freighters bulging with refugees, their drives glowing soft blue. Human yards in the distance, ripe for the taking. But sensors screamed deeper reads. Warships nested inside the convoy's bulk. Cloaked signatures flickered as Cade's telemetry pierced the fog. A second strike group, fat with lances and bombers, perfect decapitation mask. Varric's play, Vance said. She tapped the fleet net. All wings discriminate now, no hesitation. Intercepts bloomed on her panel. Admiral Keth Varric's voice snarled through the alien command band, rooted live by Rune's bridge team. Push the convoy forward. Humans balk at civilian shields. Our fangs strike when they flinch. Vance's jaw tightened. Numbers didn't lie. 8 freighters genuine, hauling coalition evacuees from the hot zone. 62 fakes, hulls laced with railgun ports. Strike group core, 12 heavies primed for yards. Human response window, 90 seconds before lances lit the black. Commodore, Captain Sella Rune stamped onto the bridge, her crest rigid under the human lights. Truce protocols demand we halt for inspection. Coalition civilians confirmed. Vance eyed the alien liaison. Rune's discipline held procedures first always, but the numbers burned. We split the fleet, Captain. You take Gamma Wing, command the humanitarian corridor, plain sight, escort those freighters out. Rune's vents hissed. I command, humans. Best monitor for the job, Vance keyed the orders. Gamma detached 4 frigates, corvettes tight on the real civvies. Clear them to neutral space. Log every transit. Rune paused, then saluted sharp. Procedures followed, but your strike? Math. Vance watched Gamma peel off, tractors latching gentle to the convoy's edge. Real freighters responded, beacons pulsing compliance. Fakes held position, drives cold. Cade pinged. Splicing quantum telemetry into targeting suites. Warship hulls resonate different microfractures from their FTL scars. Freighters clean. Discrimination live in 10. Vance nodded to her TAC officer. Fire solutions. Beams lanced out, not killing shots, disablers. Quantum-locked pulses sheared fake freighter drives first. Hulls cracked open like eggs, spilling strike group heavies into plain view. No civilian debris, clean math. Varric's intercept roared. Impossible, they see through the mask. Coalition warships boiled out, lances hot, but Vance's main wedge accelerated. Alphas and betas flanked the exposed fangs. Missiles bloomed, human seekers, FTL jumped ahead of enemy point defense. Impacts rippled. 3 heavies vented Atmo. They're carving us, a coalition captain yelped over open channels. How do humans target so precise? Vance ignored the chatter. Goal, shatter the strike before yards breach. Conflict. Varrics relay ship at convoy core, feeding strike orders. Outcome board and yank the core. Marines phase to relay vessel. She plotted the vector. Quantum FTL primed micro-jumps. Her flagship shuddered as assault pods ghosted through the fog. Pods latched. Breach charges whispered. Marines poured in, mag boots clamping decks. Vance led from the second wave, pistol hot, suit seals tight. Corridors reeked of alien ozone, Varrics crew scrambled, plasma rifles spitting wild. "Secure bridge," Vance barked. Her team cut through. A coalition guard lunged. She sidestepped, boot to knee, shot to stun. Deck shuddered under return fire. They hit the core vault. Rune's voice cut in via suit comm. "Gamma clear, civilians away, your corridor holds. Good work." Vance slapped the vault hack, Cade's quantum splice again, rewriting locks like bad code. Door hissed open. Secure core pulsed inside, truce violation orders etched in crystal logs. Varric's signature glowed. "Mask and decapitate, humanity hesitates." She yanked the slab. Data streamed to FleetNet. Timestamps backdated. Cade's FTL ripples had flagged it hours ago in their timeline. Alarms wailed. Varric's image flickered on the vault screen. "Commodore Vance, you board my relay? Your orders, Admiral," she held up the core. "Violation logged, truce shatters on you." His crest flared red. "Civilians bought time, your yards burn now," sensors lied to him. Vance's fleet had the strike group gutted, 8 heavies adrift, crews evacuating, no yard shots fired. Cade's update pinged her HUD. "Relay secure, quantum shear dropping. We retro-jump the core data, dooms his whole chain before launch." Varric snarled. "You cheat physics." Numbers. Vance Marines cuffed his bridge crew. Pods extracted smooth. Fleet coalesced around the relay, tractors hauling it captive. Back aboard her flagship, Vance slotted the core into analysis. Rune docked Gamma Wing, striding to the bridge. Her vents eased. Procedures. Rewritten, humans discriminate without pause. Vance glanced up. "You held the corridor, saved the civvies." Rune's crest dipped. "Discipline meets your math. Coalition yields." Logs streamed proof. Varric's plot unraveled, every massed strike timestamped invalid by quantum retro data. Elders would see it. War aborted again, but Cade's ping hit. "Ghost Echo, Commodore, faint. Varric's tertiary core, deeper black." Vance plotted, chain lingered. "Spool cores, we cut the route." Fleet hummed alive. Sheer built, quantum fog swallowed them. Emergence slammed. Black deep into void's edge. Sensors clawed a shadow armada, Varric's doomsday reserve, pre-launch in some forgotten spur. Flagship pulsed central, drive flares cold. Vance's wedge pierced first. "Targeting live, discriminate," Cade's splice sang. Ghost hulls lit warped metal from illicit FTL tests. No masks here, clean vectors, missiles jumped ahead, heavies crumpled. Marines phased to Varric's bridge. Vance cornered him personally. The Admiral stood defiant, claws flexed. "You arrive before departure, causality breaks." She leveled her pistol. "Solve the problem." Marines secured him. Rune stamped the final log via remote. Truce restored, Varric isolated. Extraction clean, fleet jumped home, sensors dark. Cade slumped in engineering feed. Shear at limit, cores drained. Vance exhaled, fleet secured yards, no shots, echoes silenced. Rune lingered on bridge. Humans lag threats, then end them. Numbers held, but one ping whispered, fainter still. Varric's ghost, unkillable. "Charge," Vance ordered. "We finish it." Drives whined, fog beckoned. Varric's voice echoed in the relay core playback, defiant to the last. "Push the convoy, force hesitation." Vance had split her fleet instead. Assigned Rune the human face, trust procedures, buy time. While Cade's telemetry carved truth from lies, warships tumbled now, freighters safe. Coalition chatter fractured. "They see us, perfect discrimination." Varric's strategist mind cracked. Humans didn't hesitate, they innovated. Back in real time, fleet reformed, yards intact. But the ghost ping pulsed. Cade patched through. "It's a fracture loop, Commodore. Varric's core echoes itself. We splice deeper." "Do it." Vance watched hollows. Gamma Wing returned, Rune docking flawless. The alien captain reported in. "Civilians transferred, no losses, you're." Improvisation worked. Team effort. Vance kept it simple. Numbers proved it, sheer built again. Third jump. Emergence, a relay outpost, Varric's final bolt hole, single ship, core throbbing, boarding swift. Vance yanked the last slab. Orders chained back, doomsday cascade, all voided by retro stamps. Varric's hologram flickered one last time. "Impossible." "Math." She crushed the projector, fleet home. Silence true, Cade pinged. "Echoes gone, cores stable." Vance stepped off bridge. Threats lagged. Humans arrived first. Rune waited in corridor. What now, Commodore? Truce holds, she nodded, until it doesn't. But sensors stayed dark. Victory hummed quiet. Varric's claw slammed the activation rune. Temporal mines bloomed across the relay grid, a lattice of fractured nows. Human sensors fractured first, ships reporting phantom fleets in triplicate timestamps looping backward. Coalition reserves surged behind the paradox wall, hidden in the crumple. Commodore Mara Vance gripped her command rail as the bridge hollows splintered. Red overlays cascaded. Gamma Wing saw empty void. Alpha reported enemy battle groups materializing amid their own hulls. "Status!" she snapped. Sensors Chief Ruiz blinked sweat from his eyes. "Conflicting realities, ma'am. Minefields warping our frame. We can't tell real from echo." Vance's mind tallied vectors. Truce shattered again. Varric's decapitation play, betting humans froze in the glitch. Not today. "Cade, patch in." "Doctor." Ishan Cade's face filled a side hollow, his lab a tangle of jury-rigged conduits aboard the shear. Grease smeared his cheek. He hated the genius tag, but his hands flew over causality clamps. "Minefield's a temporal smear, Commodore. It's forcing multi-frame reads." "Our drives can't pick a lane." "Pick one." Vance watched the hollow's pulse. Freighters trailed behind, yards exposed. One wrong twitch and Varric's ghosts turned solid. Cade nodded, fingers blurring. He shunted power from jump-range coils, starving the FTL's horizon stretch. The drive whined in feedback, coherence locked to a single frame, sacrifice range for truth. "Clamped will emerge short-ranged but clean, no echoes. Jump on my mark." Vance keyed fleet-wide. "Deception loop now. Alpha feeds false telemetry, full retreat, yards abandoned." "Gamma ghosts forward, make it look like panic scatter." Ruiz relayed. Probes launched, spoofing sensor ghosts. Human ships vanished into decoy blooms, painting a future of rout. Varric's forces would bite early, reserves burning on phantoms. Captain Sella Rune's shuttle clamped to the nearest Coalition observer drone. Her armored team breached the hatch, stun pulses dropping the sabotage squad mid-upload. They clutched timeline jammers, devices to seed human sensors with permanent fractures. Rune cuffed the lead tech, her mandibles clicking discipline. "Truce violation, you're under arrest." Her own Coalition insignia burned under the act, but procedures bent. Vance's trust bought this window. She'd rewrite the book. The saboteurs snarled. Varric commands. "Human time breaks now." "Not today." Rune sealed the jammer core, yanking its cascade trigger. Drone stabilized, no bleed to the fleet. Vance's hollow pinged Rune's confirmation. "Observers neutralized, timeline clean." "Good work." Vance punched jump. Shear led the shortened leap, causality drive humming pure. Emergence snapped crisp. No mine echoes, just Varric's forward pickets caught flat-footed, reserves already committed to the deception future. "Fire," Vance ordered. Lances lanced out. Coalition frigates crumpled, their paradox shields tuned to ghosts, not steel. Gamma Wing curved in, tractors snaring wrecks for intel slams. Varric's command dreadnought loomed beyond, but his flanks hemorrhaged. Hollow chatter leaked. Humans saw through, reserves dry fall back. Vance tallied kills, 12 pickets down, 0 losses. Her fleet reformed tight, FTL coils recharging for the next clamp jump. "Cade status?" "Coherence holding. Range back online in 60. Varric's minefields collapsing under its own weight. Our frame's the anchor now." Ruiz whooped. "Their sensors are looping our decoy feeds. He's chasing his tail." Vance allowed a tight smile. Numbers didn't lie. Humans turned the paradox inward. Rune's voice cut in. "Boarding your lead elements, Commodore. Captured data slates Varric's full strike plan." "He's pulling reserves to a bolt-hole relay, last paradox bastion." "Vector it." Vance plotted the intercept. Short jumps chained, causality drives outpacing light by rewriting arrival. Coalition ships lagged, trapped in smeared realities. Third emergence, Varric's dreadnought core throbbing with final mines. But Vance's fleet ringed it, deception loops feeding false retreats to burn his pods early. "Boarding parties," she commanded. Marines jetted, cutters slicing hulls. Rune led the breach, her team sinking with human squads. They stormed the bridge, pulses dropping guards. Varric whirled, claws raised, hologram emitters pulsing doomsday chains. "Yield," Rune barked. He laughed, a guttural rasp. "Your frame's fragile." "One pulse and I retro-wipe your fleet." Vance watched via helmet feeds, her voice boomed through. "Your reserves chased ghosts, mine's inert, math says you lose." Varric's eyes widened at the hollow. Slates confirmed, deception futures drained him dry. Impossible. Temporal superiority, human adjustment. Marines clamped his emitters. Rune yanked the core slab, retro stamps flooding the chain. Doomsday orders voided backward, strikes unlaunched, mines untriggered. Varric slumped. How? Cade patched through casual, clamped the frame. Your paradox weaponized itself. Fleet pulled back. Shear's drives purred homeward, echoes silenced. Vance stepped to the viewport. Stars held steady, no fractures. Rune docked, striding the corridor to Vance. Coalition command disavows Varric. Truce enforcers inbound. Vance nodded. Your arrest saved the timeline. Procedures evolved. Rune's mandibles flexed, respect, alien style. Sensors pinged clean. Cade messaged. All cores stable, no lags. Victory settled, quiet as code, but a ghost signal flickered, faint from the bolt hole's shadow. Varric's final contingency. Vance keyed alarms. Cade, splice it. His reply hummed. On it, deeper fracture. Fleet spun up. Time bent again, but humans held the clamp. Rune tensed beside her. Another. Vance's eyes narrowed on the hollow. We arrive first. Drives whined, jump. Emergence, a rogue probe, pulsing cascade. Boarding drones swarmed it, Vance directing from Shear's core. Cade's hack sliced in remotely, code unraveled, paradox loop snipped. Last echo, he confirmed. Varric's ghost purged. Silence returned, true, Vance exhaled. Fleet yards loomed ahead, freighters safe. Coalition chatter went mute, awed, fractured admissions leaking. Humans rewrite time, truce, holds eternal, Rune saluted. Your ingenuity, our procedures bow. Team math. Vance turned to bridge, threats lagged forever now. But in the relay logs, one line lingered, Varric's final transmission chained back before send. They think faster than causality. Vance crushed the playback, numbers 1. Humans arrived first always, Cade pinged private. Genius, nah, just clamps and code, she smiled. Quiet hum of drives agreed. Sensors stayed dark, victory etched in frames, Rune lingered. What teaches such speed? Vance glanced back. Truces shatter, we rebuild before. Fleet docked, peace clamped tight, yet a relay whisper built, distant coalition fleets massing. Varric's allies, Vance plotted next jumps. Causality waited for no one, but humans ran ahead. Vance slammed the execute key. Final jump, target Varric's command relay origin point. Shear shuddered. Quantum drives fractured spacetime again. Stars smeared into non-lines on the hollow. Cade's voice crackled over comms. Clamp holding, we're threading the needle back 19 hours pre-transmission. Bridge crew gripped stations. Rune stood rigid at Vance's side, her scaled crest flaring. This violates every protocol. Intercepting before send? Numbers don't violate. Vance locked eyes on the emergence clock. They predict. Reality snapped. Shear emerged in the coalition relay corridor, empty void, no fleets, no probes, just the fat relay buoy pulsing its routine pings. But Vance's scans pierced deeper. There, Varric's flagship signature ghosted in the buffer logs, order packet queued but unspooled. Boarding drones launch. Vance's fingers danced over lays. Drones streaked out, mag clamps biting the buoy's hull. Hack feeds bloomed live. Cade's code wormed in. Got the packet. Decapitation strike on Sol yards, time for our docking window. Rune leaned in, mandibles clicking. Authenticated Varric's seal, he shattered first. Vance nodded once. Snip it, rewrite the queue. Cade's avatar flickered. Done. Packet loops to void. No trace. Their history stays clean, we just erased the trigger. Shear pulled back, jump wine faded. Emergence, present space, yards intact, freighters oblivious. Coalition chatter exploded across open channels, confusion, not alarm. Relay glitch. Orders never sent? Vance exhaled. Fleet held position. War dissolved before ignition. Rune straightened. Tribunal, now! She activated her liaison band. Coalition command, emergency session, truce monitor, Rune presiding, evidence stream authenticating. Hollow split. Tribunal chamber materialized. Hollow projections of admirals, Varric's empty seat glaring. Rune's voice cut sharp. Violation logged, play stream. Vance watched from Shear's feed. The intercepted packet unspooled live, Varric's orders crisp and damning. Strike Sol now. Humans react slow. Gasps rippled through alien ranks. Scales flushed, crests drooped. Admiral Lorek barked. Fabrication, Varric cleared. Auth code matches. Rune thrust a claw at the hollow. Human intercept predates transmission, causality proof embedded. Vance muted her end. Your move, Captain. Rune's eyes gleamed. Procedures bind us. Tribunal votes. Varric relieved. Truce reaffirms. Votes tallied green. Varric's allies squirmed silent. Session crushed. Rune cut the link. They blink. Sheer hummed steady. Vance plotted withdrawal vectors, but Cade pinged urgent. Core lockdown next. Meet me in engineering. Vance strode down decks. Bulkheads whispered past. Engineering bay doors hissed open. Cade hunched over the causality core, a glowing sphere of fractal coils humming defiance. He didn't look up. Joint protocol, no more solo jumps. Vance crossed arms. Explain. Cade straightened, wiping grease. Kill switch, dual auth, you and Rune. Coalition gets a mirror code. One side pulls, core bricks across all drives, prevents arms race. Rune arrived behind her, steps measured. Wise, trust rebuilt through chains. Cade handed over 2 fobs, sleek, biometric. Humans built it, we share the leash, call me engineer, not genius. Vance took hers. Logged. She tossed the second to Rune. Your procedures are math. Bind it. Rune caught it, scanned the embed. Protocol syncs. Coalition accepts no choice after today. Cade sealed the core panel. Lights cycled green. Wars off the board. Timeline scrubbed. Fleet channels lit. Withdrawal orders cascaded. Shear led the van out of the corridor, sisters in trail. Yards receded clean, no scars, no ghosts. Vance eyed the final slot. Deploy buoy. A probe spat from the bay. It spun to halt amid the drift, beacon pulsing. Message etched in universal code. Truce holds. Causality watches. Do not test. Sensors caught coalition pickets edging closer, then halting. Rune's voice over private line. Buoy noted they mass but hesitate. Varric's shadow lingers. Vance crushed the fob in her palm. Let them, we arrive first. Drives spooled low. Fleet vanished into the black. Peace clamped, but echoes built, distant signatures clustering. Varric's faction, Vance plotted preemptive fractures. Humans ran ahead. Shear's bridge settled into watch rhythm. Crew rotated smooth. Vance studied the hollow. Coalition fleets inching toward the buoy, probes tasting its signal. Rune lingered at her station. Your drives, they bend what we measure. Clamp and code. Vance tapped the display. Logistics problem solved. Cade patched in from the yards, face grimed. Core stable, joint protocol live, coalition just pinged handshake. Good. Vance leaned back. Monitor it. Alarm chirped soft. Relay whisper escalated. Mass signatures, Varric loyalists vectoring hot. Rune's crest flared. They probed the line. Vance's eyes narrowed. Fracture prep, we intercept their intent. Drives whined acknowledgement. Time bent waiting. Buoy pinged lone in the void. Coalition Vanguard halted meters out, scans locked on the warning. Captains conferred tight beam. Humans erase the order. What if they erase us? Probes retreated. Fleets held. Truce etched deeper. But Vance knew. Shadows plotted. Next jump loomed. Sheer ghosted homeward. Yards swelled ahead. Freighters bustling. Oblivious saviors. Vance docked precise. Gangways extended. Rune stepped off first, fob secure. Captain. Vance saluted crisp. Report filed. Affirm. Rune paused. Your Commodore, teach this speed. Vance smiled thin. Truces break. We preempt. Cade met them planetside, shuttle rumbling down. Data dump ready. Tribunal replays included. Rune nodded. Coalition fractures. Varric's allies sue for terms. Vance shouldered her kit. Numbers win quiet. They parted at the dome locks. Air hissed. Vance entered command center. Staff snapped to. Hollow bloomed. Full corridor map. Buoys pulsing green. Status, she asked. Quiet, ma'am, but outer rims stir. Vance plotted. Quantum overlays, spidered timelines, branches pruned clean, no boasts, just vectors. Cade pinged text. Genius, clamps. She keyed back. Engineer. Night cycle dropped. Vance reviewed logs. Varric's ghost packet gone. Tribunal shockwaves rippled. Admirals demoted. Procedures rewritten with human claws. Rune's final report. Ingenuity bows. Procedures no more. We adapt. Dawn broke. Simulated. Alarms spiked. Distant massing confirmed. Varric holdouts. Strike cluster forming. Vance hit execute. Fracture team spin up. Fleet stirred. Shear led. Jump. Emergence. Pre-strike void. Orders queued. Drones swarmed. Again. Humans arrived first. Corridor stabilized. Buoy watched eternal. Coalition fleets turned aside. Whispers turning to awe. Timeline secured. Cade confirmed. Vance exhaled. Victory in frames, but plots brewed beyond scans. Causality stretched thin. Next fracture waited. She plotted ahead. Rune's voice hailed open. Commodore. Tribunal extension. Your evidence sways all. Send coords. Vance geared. Collaboration clamped tight. Drives hummed ready. War removed. Humans ran the clock. Shadows massed farther out. Vance's hollow traced them. Faster plots, deeper schemes. She smiled, numbers predicted. Fracture initiated. Arrival first, always.